what I'm trying to explain over here is, so this is one information. If you have the regional manager's information, and this information is stored in a different database, and if you want to understand in a simple way, then understand, let's say students, okay, let's assume students, okay, students coming from one school, ABC. This is ABC school is there. So if students are coming from ABC school, let's say there will be science students, right? And there will be math students. So both are coming from ABC school. Science student also, math student also. Okay. Then in this case, we will be doing joining because they are coming from the same school. But let's say if science student is coming from ABC and math student is coming from XYZ. So there are two students, two type of students, but both are coming from two different schools, right? Okay. And if so, in the earlier scenario, let's say maths, if this is coming from a same school, then we will join them. We'll add them in one school only with the help of join. Let's say in one room, for example, we can store them in one room with the help of join. But if they are coming from two different schools, okay, and I have to store them in a room, then I have to blend. That is called blending. You understood? So now in our scenario, so we'll assume that our order data, right? This order data is coming from SQL database. Okay. Right now, forget this Microsoft Excel. Ignore this one. This is just to understand. This is a scenario. So one order data is coming from SQL. This is saved in SQL database. Okay. So let's say I'm the owner and I have saved this information in SQL database. And now you are the owner, okay, for this people table, and you have saved this people information in Oracle table, right? So now if I want to add both the information, then I have to do blending. So I'll go to a new data source from here. Again, I'll select, instead of Excel, let's say whatever database it is, I'll select that. I'll select Oracle. Okay. Now I'll have this Oracle database. Can you see? Now this SQL database, there are two different type of databases has been selected over here, order and Oracle. So let's say if I drag this people table over here, right? So now you will see two different tables over here, order and people. Can you see? Order is from SQL and people is from Oracle. Correct? Understood? Any doubt in this? Now let's create an extract for this. Now, if you go to sheet, okay, now you will see these two data sources separately. Tables are created here separately. So both have their individual fields. So in order, all values from the order table, and people, I have all the values from people table. Now, if you want to blend, the basic requirement is you need to have a common field, same as joining. You need to have a common field. So I know that the common field is region, right? Region is the common field in both the table, correct? However, if this is direction, let it be direction also. But we know that this is the same field, right? Only name is different. If this name is same, Tableau will automatically find it. If the name is not same, then we have to inform Tableau. So we will see both the scenarios. So in current scenario, the field name is same, right? Region is the common field, correct? Till now, understood? Now we have these two tables. We have like established the connection. Now we need to create a relationship. So now in Tableau, let's say whichever field, so there will be like different tables. So there will always be a primary table. So primary table means the first table. the first field that you use, and this is on worksheet level, okay? So let's say the first field that you select from any of this table, that becomes your primary table. So let's say if I select a category from order table and drag it over here, can you see this blue tick mark? That means this has become a primary table. Now others will be secondary table. If I remove this, let's say if I select region from this people table first, then this will become a primary table. If you go to this worksheet, and let's say if I select category in this worksheet, so for this worksheet, ordered is the primary table for sheet 2, and in sheet 1 people is the primary table. So this is on the worksheet level. So always remember this. This can be asked in your interview. What is difference between joining and blending? So you can say that if we are connecting two different type of data sources, two different type of table from same type of data source, then we will do joining. But if we are connecting two different type of data sources from two different databases, then we will do blending. Second is what is primary and the secondary table. So whichever field when we use the first field in our worksheet, that becomes a primary table and remaining becomes the secondary tables. And it works on worksheet level. So what will happen is all fields will be it will compare from all the fields will compare from the primary table only. So that is the only case. No benefit and all. So how a left join works? All values from the left table and the common values from the right table. So that is the same case over here. So basically, when you're doing a relation, creating a relationship, let's say it should have one to many kind of, let's say, category. You're using a category and a subcategory, right? Let's say this is my category from here, and if I use, I'll show you with this example. Let's say I'm taking this region from over here, region here, right? And now I'll take the regional manager like this. Can you see? I can get, I'll update it over here. See this regional manager, right? And now let's say if I do the other way around, if I select the region from here, okay, and let's say if I select category over here, can you see there are multiple fields over here, there, right? There are multiple for every region there are multiple categories, so it will not give you the this reply. So you should have one-to-one relationship, one-to-one order, right? For every region, let's say for every region I can have, let me take like this, and over here let's say I'll take a, so let me think of an example. Let's say I take this region and I'll take the region from here. Now in this scenario it will work. So it's basically, if you want to do or create a relationship, you want to establish a relationship, your common value should be of the same type, and you should have a common value. So in this scenario I have a region as the common field, right? So that's why when I select a region from here, and if I use this one, a regional manager over here, now you will see, let's put it over here. So I have this information over here. Let me drag it. Can you see? We have all the informations over here. Understood? So now when you create a relationship, so let's say you can edit the relationship over here. Now if in this scenario you can see Tableau has automatically assigned this region column, and it has created a relationship on the basis of region column. Now we'll take the other scenario. Now let's remove this, okay? And now what I'll do is I'll make this as direction. I'll rename it direction and save it. Now I'll go to this data source. This is my order table. I'll refresh this. Let's refresh this. Now I'll go back to the sheet. Now, if you go to Oracle, I have direction over here, right? Now, if I use this direction over here, and now let's say I know that direction and region are same, right? But name is different, correct? So now let's say I take the region from here and I update this regional manager. Now you will see what it is giving me the error. Now see, read the error, what it says. Now let me add this over here. It says in order to use fields from people, a relationship needs to be created with order, select data, edit blend relationship to open the blend relationship dialog box. So it will tell you what you need to do. So as it says that if you want to create a relationship, you need to add the field. Okay, you need to create a relationship, and for that you have to go to data and then edit blend relationship. Let's go to the data first. What it says, we'll do that. So this is edit blend relationship, and over here, instead of automatic, because now Tableau didn't find any field, so it was not able to identify it. So we'll go to custom, and we will do that. So this is, can you see, order has been in the primary data source, and people table is under the secondary data source. So now you can add the field over here, and I know that over here it is direction. Direction is in the primary data source, and region over here selected in the secondary data source. I'll click on OK. Now you see, I'm saying that in this two tables, direction is equal to region. Left side is the primary one, right side is the secondary one. I'll click on OK. The moment I click on OK, you can see this is enabled. Understood? And if any point of time, if you want to remove this, simply you do a right click and close the data, and data will be closed. Okay, so now we have covered this blending, joining, and union. These were the three different types of connections. So that was very important. Now, if you see on the right hand side, you will have this edit option over here. So in Tableau, there is something very important function is called as filter. You know what filter is? So filter is basically is to refine, right? If you want to segregate some data or filter out some data. Okay. Filtering is a process of removing certain values or range of values from a result set, right? And in Tableau, filter allows you to filter both simple scenarios, like directly using field values, or even with the advanced calculation or context-based filters. What does this mean? I'll explain you with an example. So it has in you can always ask like what type of filters are there. There are multiple type of filters. That is extract filter, data source filter, uh, dimension filter, measure filter, quick filter, normal quick filter, context filter, uh, then global filter. So we will cover one by one as we move ahead in the order of operation. I'll just give you the order of operations. Just wait. Just save this one on your machine. Okay, just save this image. And this is very important. This is the order of operations. What is order of operation is basically what is that, in what order Tableau works, right? So for example, even for anything, for any if you are working on any company or anything, let's say anywhere, there is always a process, right? For example, if you want to create any product, so what is the process? First, there will be step by step, right? So the same way in Tableau also there is order of operations. So order of operation means what order Tableau is performing. So if you are if you are creating any view, so Tableau will go by one, So I have shared the order of operations, so how it will work. So if you use any extract filter, data source filter, let's say example, if I use this category, the moment I drag this category and drop it over here, how Tableau works is, it when I drop this one, Tableau goes to this data source first. It checks for the database. Then it looks for the extract filter. This filter, what is the first one? Is the extract filter, right? So it will check in the extract filter. Have you applied any filter on extract? If you did, it will execute that first. After that, it will check for the data source filter. Have you applied any data source filter? Then it will execute that. So and so on. It will move ahead. And after all this order of operation, it will give you the result, whatever is refined left over. Understood? So this is the order of operations. Now, if you want to create an extract filter, so an extract filter will always be applied only when you are using extract. If I click on live, you will see there is no extract filter available here. So it will only be available if your connection type is extract. Understood?